I took 5 days at MC! That's literally me communicating to the boss.
What is the issue?
The issue is when I put my medical leave, I have a current colleague.
Or my current colleague will need to know everything or every information that I have just for that one day.
My colleague worked during their medical leave because they cannot finish their work on time. So it's become a norm for them to do so. I managed to complete my work before taking the medical leave for a doctor's appointment. My boss assigns me an emergency work task during my medical leave and is angry that I didn't do it because everybody else does work during theirs. Okay. The boss, red flag or green flag? 1, 2, 3. Alright, down the line we have TV on green flag, Cyrus on green flag, I'm on red flag. Why is it a green flag?
Of course, there's the emergency task on hand, but I think ultimately is whether it falls under your responsibility to produce it on that day where it is required. Then if it's truly sick until you really can't do it, then in that case you cannot really communicate with your boss also. Right. Understandable, then it should be a red flag. But for most cases, most of the time, I don't think anyone is really that sick. It might be possible, but it is quite an unlikely scenario for most of the time. If not, this responsibility will fall onto someone else's shoulder that might not be the most suitable.
It's a medical leave, is my entitlement. Why are you bothering me? It's a doctor's appointment, like you're going to see a specialist. So your boss knows that you are going to be missing on that day. You just go to a specialist and be like, okay, I have to wait for a doctor and then let it process and see what happens. So you cannot expect me to be like, okay, I don't know whether I need to wait or not, let's bring my work laptop. Then I do my email halfway, colonoscopy time. Cannot, right? It's very weird.
You can just bring your laptop. It won't kill you to bring your laptop around.
I think for me, it hinges very greatly on the emergency part. Because emergency means that it suddenly came out. That means it's most likely quite important for it to be communicated from your boss to you. So if it's within your capability to finish it, what is the issue?
The issue is when I put my medical leave, I have a current colleague. What's the point of that field if the current colleague is not going to cover? I'm not indispensable, I'm not essential, right? What the hell is going on with management?
But sometimes the manager needs the most proficient person to do it. And then in that case, then just do that. Medical appointments don't take that long.
I think a lot of the bosses don't really think about. Is life in danger? If not, it's not technically an emergency. It is crafted urgency from you to get something done. I am not the only way to solve it. If I am here and I am specialized, choose me. Always choose me because I'm going to get it done fastest and best. If I am not here for a very specific reason because I'm in a doctor's appointment, why am I your choice? Is your company only me and you? No, right? Then get somebody else, no?
I just don't subscribe to that. Like if the worker is going to yam about every single, but on this leave, right? He asked me to do a 1 hour assignment. I think I need to get paid back for 1 hour. It's not going to be a good working relationship either way.
So then now the medical leave doesn't carry enough meaning because I have to go and tell you sorry, today is actually surgery. If not, right, you are gonna start assigning me work because you're just like, medical leave or whatever. The other clowns in your department also work. Why you cannot work?
Yeah, maybe you should tell the boss that I won't be able to respond. I mean, under anesthesia.
But some people are not just very comfortable with sharing their medical history, no?
I mean, if you don't, you say what condition you have, but some communication might help.
Why cannot then it be assumed that if I'm on medical leave, I'm unable to respond?
For a specialist appointment, that's not normally the case.
If I'm taking the full day MC, that's what the doctor is explaining to me that I need to recover from.
But you can work from home, right?
Basically, for this any two-way thing, it falls under your communication ability. That means you're not communicating something that you should be communicating to your boss that, I need extra time to recover.
I took 5 days at MC! That's literally me communicating to the boss.
I think that also falls back to before, let's say you go on a medical leave. Your current colleague, have you handed over stuff that is sufficient for whatever is covered? And that becomes also very unfair to say my current colleague will need to know everything or every information that I have just for that one day. And in that case, then is it justified for the boss to find you for certain emergency stuff that only you will know? Unfortunately, it's something that really only he or she can do. So therefore, he or she is being required to help. But of course, in such a case, being able to communicate that, I'm really unable to work on this, I think the boss will be understandable also.
I've handed over so that I can go for my medical leave and deal with my medical problems in peace. But here I am now with a medical problem and a work problem. Bro, get out, bro. Stop making me try and quit. I personally believe if nobody's gonna die, you can always wait a day. And some people always tell you, no, because your life is not worth $4 million, this deal you're about to make. And I agree, I can understand. To some people, corporate life is their entire identity. If they fail at a job, they fail at life, their life is over. I get it. The type A people can. What I'm saying is that then what's the purpose of me declaring that I need my medical leave for? Because the whole point is I need time for myself to sort this out. Is it my onus to get the job done after I've declared medical leave months in advance, or is it the manager's problem for knowing this information and still choosing this?
I think if you want to go and properly demarcate, oh, this is not my problem and the manager's problem, then again the working relationship probably isn't very good to begin with. I don't think there should be such clear boundaries over, oh, I'm on leave. Anything work is out of my business, I'm going to turn off my phone for the next 24 hours. I don't think that is the case.
So you will always remain contactable regardless?
Unless you're in a coma or anything.
Like what you say, if there are good communication, right, then I think the boss should be understanding that, hey, you're an MC, we can get somebody else to do it. It's not that big of a deal. Should this expectation be managed in the very beginning?
If it's a deal breaker, then yes lah.
How would the person know it's a deal breaker though?
Your boss won't suddenly come out to you, oh, leave is like that, then it's like that lah. He won't ma. So it's you own self must have, you know what you want and you go for it. So it falls back onto your own responsibility also to know what you want and you go and communicate. I mean, having the expectations on someone else, right, without communicating it, I think it's your own fault. I mean, even how much you expect it to be as common as possible, but we do realize that most common sense are not common anyway. So I think it's only fair for you, like you have any expectations, you communicate with the person. I think that would be the best for both yourself and for the person. Of course, whether your boss accept or not, that is entirely another question. Right. If that is something where the boss can offer you, then once again you might have to reconsider, but at least you communicated what you wanted. I think that's a bit more important rather than, oh, I expect this, oh, but my boss didn't give me. Wow, this boss. I think it's a bit unfair for the boss also, because you also didn't outright and clearly tell the boss that. I mean, if you're woke enough, then first thing you go in, my leave will be like that. Yes. But quite unlikely because, you know, in Singapore, we're still quite hierarchical. Right. It's a bit hard for us to have that conversation. Not that it's impossible.
To me, it's a very big red flag because one, he has either misplanned it so badly to the point that an emergency has occurred, means he did not have backup plans, or two, MCs and leaves mean nothing to him, so everybody is available until they are dead. I have seen positive situations to know that there is a greener pasture, and therefore I subscribe by, you don't really need to touch me on my medical leave, you really don't.
No one likes to be disturbed on leave, no matter how hardworking you are. I think normally you don't like to be disturbed, but you also have to think about the overall team's considerations, their output.
That's what the person wants then. Who are you to really stop it? Right. I mean, are you his mom or his dad to dictate his life that, oh, you must work hard in life, you must go for this, you must go for that, you must go for higher? Not really. Some people just want to be in a comfortable scenario.